future home of Super Bowl 56. There's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. Here's Elijah Moore now, bringing it out of his end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
The play fake. Here's Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They go play action with Wilson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kenneth Murray coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. They try the left side with Johnson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Play action. Now Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They go play action now. Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Johnson running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. So he's stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Herbert. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Herbert on first down now. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The handoff, it's Eckler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Third and long, it's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Returning it is Moore. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
If you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. There's Wilson to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Wilson. This one complete to Butler. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays that give themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip.
He's taken over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Herbert now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. And the Jets have recovered. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. Now a give running left is Eckler. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Johnson again on second down. Stiff-armed him. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 56 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
They go play action with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to have poor starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, Eckler. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And some space here. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now Wilson on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw is Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
To put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Herbert. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
A good rally to the football keeps them to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's going to find Cook here in the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now. And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to pass here with Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A big offensive explosion leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, they earn one final victory and finish the regular season at 13-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it could be a potentially devastating